It's
It's
just,
good.
oh, so you hate me and want me to die? Like,
Yeah,
immediately to
exactly,
any
exactly.
reaction?
That's so good. Like if someone like doesn't accept my game invite for like 2 seconds. Yeah, no, just oh, actually, I like that better. Or this is nice sitting here. I'm gonna
I
move it
asked
again in 2 seconds.
I asked for a nano boost one time, don't immediately receive it. Well, I guess you hate me, want me to die. Think I should jump off a cliff.
Like I've told you, and I'll tell you again. You're my parents' favorite person on this podcast.
That I'm so sorry.
That's great.
That's bad.
They don't like they like
Man.
you more than me on this podcast.
Dex's parents,
Your
I'm
your
so
parents
sorry.
watch the podcast?
Yeah.
They have to be getting, like, the most condensed version of me to think I'm a good person. Like, oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be honest.
Like,
They watch the shorts a lot. I don't know how much of the actual episodes they watch, but they keep on saying
the shorts.
it's they just keep on saying Mega's so funny.
They got through Green Top and they made that decision. Just keep that in mind.
Or the one last week where she said that players should lose all their rights when they're in lobby.
Valid
okay, well,
discussion,
I'll
though.
double down on that though. Like, I'll triple down on that even. That's just a real valid opinion.
Here, wait. Give Ocean what we mean here.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
coming.
no,
What a right
so
to releasing.
no, so when players join lobbies for an esports match, right?
Yeah.
They should lose their rights. Like, because there's so many times that you will just be like, all right, we're ready to go into lobby here. We set everything up, and a player will be like, yeah, I'm actually walking my pet fish. You're gonna have to give me a minute here. And so I think that they should just lose all rights. That way they can't do any of this tomfuckery.
I just think
While
that
we're about to
like
start a match.
they should just be settled in and ready to go already. Like the only excuse should be
Mhm.
shitting. Like even pissing, just piss on the floor. Yeah. If someone needs to go for a poop, that's fine. But other than that, like you should be playing.
just get a bucket.
Yeah,
Fucking
no, don't even.
No,
Just piss on the floor.
we're not bringing
You're an
Battlefield
Overwatch
friends
You're
into
not
2026.
if you're like an Overwatch player, like you have no dignity anyways. Just piss on the floor.
Overwatch players have no dignity. They have no sense of shame either.
Yeah.
That's why I like Domina fan art on main fearlessly.
Well, it's not like people see it anymore. But like
Exactly.
my Twitter bookmarks is the darkest place of all time.
Here, I have. No, this is it's chair now.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Dex. Go off. What were you gonna say?
I have found a company that makes chairs that look like buckets.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, but a bucket can just be a chair, you know?
I mean,
you could just
Oh, my
cut a
sweet
hole.
Jesus.
Could cut a
I'd
hole
rather
in
just
a chair.
just give me the bucket. Honestly, just give me a regular bucket. I'll be chill.
You know, I was really worried we weren't gonna have content for this intro, and I was gonna like put this wax strip on myself and wax myself and scream in pain for the intro. But I'm glad that instead we're talking about buckets.
who said I
Honestly,
started?
yeah.
Yeah, as long as the bucket has some sort of padding, so it doesn't make a horrible metallic noise, it's probably all right.
I mean, there looks like to be padding there, and it's plastic, so you won't get that horrible metallic noise.
Yeah, but how much is it though? Like, because like, I'm like, what would you pay for this thing, max? You know?
Let me look. Small
$3.
bucket chair, Amazon.
See, I thought
Damn
30
it,
as
these
well.
all suck. God.
Wow, those look
Wow,
like real chairs.
Thank
Fake.
you.
It's a
Thank you,
phony.
Amazon. I'm not looking at that type of
Phony.
bucket chair. I'm looking at this bucket chair.
I don't think that one's for purchase.
Why is the lighting so bad in this picture? Like, they're advertising this chair. They can't like get some sort of ring light or some situation going on.
Look at the
Ring lights
shag
are expensive
carpet.
nowadays. My new one
Who's
costs like
that?
15 pounds.
Look at the shag carpet. Look at this dude back here.
Is he not wearing a shoe on the left?
It looks like it.
It looks like he's just got one shoe on.
This image is giving SCP.
Yeah.
His shoe,
like,
like,
legit. That is an SCP for sure.
Welcome to the back rooms, I guess. Like his pants look way too long, but this shoe over here is stopping it, but this one's not. It's just he's standing on his.
He's just not wearing. He's just not wearing a shoe. I don't think.
Well, no. See, he can't wear the shoes because he's got to stand 10 toes down on it. He's got to be ready at all
Yeah.
times.
True.
That carpet does not look very clean either. That looks.
That
That is like. Ugh.
that carpet looks like at one point in its life it was probably like a nice like light yellow, but after 25 years of use, it's just this color now.
Is someone sleeping on that box as well?
There's definitely a blanket of some kind.
I'm not gonna
Wait.
say sleeping.
Wait, what is like the stand next to the chair?
This?
Is that like a fan?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a box. I'm gonna take a guess. It's for. I think it's
for
for.
the chair.
No, it says it's lay at the side, so it's definitely like play. This makes me think it's probably like like a
Soft playing.
yeah, a
Oh
baby's
no,
cradle or
it's
something.
no, it's a bucket bed. That's what it is.
Oh my- Don't make me look up bucket bed.
There's
Certainly, bucket beds exist.
Hex. I think you found like this is giving like one of those images you could search up and like try to do the reverse image search and there'd be
Imagine, like-
0 results found. Like
Imagine,
this
a
image is like an
no-
esoteric
Right.
mythic.
What
That is
going on
amazing.
here? That is a deed to something right there.
Imagine like you just never had to like do the bathroom in the middle of the night. You could just do it. There's like tubes.
True.
Oh God.
True. You have like infinite ammo too. Like
Oh,
you
dear.
just you go endlessly.
Dear God.
Uh,
I don't want to think about that.
God, it really is just buckets holding up a bed.
Dog doing there, like.
Like
Ah,
I'm
that's-
just so baffled.
That's more like it right there.
Yeah, that-
Sorry, what's that website? Sorry, what was that description? House of Furry.
House of
Huntertain. I think
what?
they find
House
they
of
find
Furry
your website.
Premium Bolster.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I'm so just you know.
Listen,
I know I showed up late, but I think I'll just make my leave. I'm just gonna.
yeah, I think I need to go check when Harper Freight closes today, and then see if I can get some.
Yeah, I'm
buckets.
just gonna.
Oh,
Is-
what?
is it-
I
is-
wish
is-
I
is
could
it-
make myself do that. I suppose I could get up, but
Is it open right now? It closes in 40 minutes, guys. I gotta go. I gotta get my bucket.
I'm gonna wait for him to come back.
yeah, that's gonna take a while probably.
Mega, he's gone. You can talk shit
You
about
say
him now.
he's gone like he was the problem here.
You can talk shit about him now. I think he put his headset down.
What? Why would I ever talk shit about the world's best Rhine Diva 2 trick that's fucking dog shit at both of the characters somehow? Single-handedly holding back our tank performance on any
I-
team he's on.
I'm not gonna lie, gamers. I've just realized it's not Huntertain, and every time I've brought up their name in the conversation, it's not Train.
Oh, I love it.
Is it meant to be Huntertain as in like entertain? Is
Yeah.
that the?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I never got that.
Yeah, it's
I
just.
always just thought it was Huntertain. I
think
just
you're-
always thought that.
I don't know if he's ever talked about that before, but I would say he's gonna talk about names towards the end of our time.
Yeah.
Hold on to that for a moment.
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah, we'll see you
Oh,
in 2
God, he
hours.
found
I'm
a
done
bucket.
with this
Bucket.
bit.
Oh no.
This man looked around his house for a bucket. I'm fucking
I
sickened
do
and
have a bucket.
appalled.
I mean, I
Actually,
have a
This
bucket.
this is okay as long as he actually doesn't piss in it mid.
I
thing.
have a
Oh,
bucket.
I need to get a different one real quick.
Yo, I have a bucket. It's just behind Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
R.I.P. Senior.
Yeah, about to say there's a joke to be made here, but
Race
respectfully,
Hail,
man,
praise Dale. No, listen, you can't
Praise
make
him, bro.
jokes about
no.
NASCAR drivers right now, okay? It'll make Dex crash out.
What? No, I don't care.
It's a play on words.
I don't care.
No,
I hate
Dex,
half the field
Dex,
anyway, so who
Dex.
cares?
Dex,
Yep.
NASCAR drivers crash out.
Oh, that's clever. I
But
like
it-
that.
Very clever.
What's with the bucket?
I don't know. So this is gonna be how Hunter is the entire episode. Hunter, hold on one moment, please.
You're
you
grabbing the
buddy.
fucking image of King Neptune with the fucking plankton bucket on his head, aren't you?
No.
You better. He better be.
Wait. Isn't there a player called Buckethead?
No, there is
Um,
a.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. There.
Oh.
Yeah, there is. Brilliant.
rotate it like that.
Fantastic.
No, I'll die if I rotate it like that. Okay, cool.
You won't die.
Snaps his
might.
own fucking neck
Snaps
with
his-
a bucket on his head.
Cause of death, turning bucket.
Hey, man. We all gotta
Okay.
go somehow.
And you want
I
yours to
don't
be
think we need to
bucket.
go like that.
There are worse ways to die than a bucket, I assure
Okay,
you.
but think about this, Hunter. If you died here, we'd have to have a sign that says "Days since someone fucking died" on the podcast.
Okay, but listen, that gets to go on like tier 6 on the iceberg. Like, listen, that's amazing.
It's like that NFL statistic of like days since you've had a serial killer on your team, and the Patriots and the Packers are just looking at everybody else like,
Just smiling. Days since someone last died on your podcast. 0.
Hold on.
GG's.
Wait,
this has
Here-
got to be the longest intro we've ever done.
here we go.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing, honestly. It's solid.
Here we go.
I didn't realize we were recording an intro. It's a cheerleader.
I gotta see. Oh, it's that one, yeah.
Okay, no, but this
oh,
this
yeah,
one's
I
more
remember
wholesome.
that. That
I
is
think.
What does that mean?
Here, I'm
Isn't
gonna.
it? Is it?
Yeah, I'm
You have
gonna.
the clip?
Let's see, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
the
I'm gonna
clip.
look up the clip real.
Is that allowed to be shown on YouTube? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
trust
not
me, it's
bad.
solid.
It's not like a.
Oh, sweet
it's
merciful
not like
Jesus.
real.
The cheerleader is alive. It's unlike the
No,
serial
no.
killer accusation, which is very real and people are dead.
I mean, you could eat someone like
Yes.
killing them, no?
It's
I mean,
it's a
Yeah,
but it.
like that's.
Oh,
that's
you know
not
what?
this
No.
podcast is
Listen,
about.
listen. So, like here in America, right? We do this goofy thing with the mascots where they get really big costumes, like like Mickey walking around at
Oh my
like
god,
Disney World.
What is
Yeah, see,
going
like,
on
like
here?
that's exactly what you think is.
Why would you ever put this on show? Your country, like, there's something wrong with it. And
And
this-
then right back to the game. Also, this
It's
game's
just like-
fucking over.
Yeah, that game is sheesh.
Okay.
Imagine you did that when you were losing.
And trust me, there's been dumber stuff that has happened when teams are losing.
No, imagine you're genuinely a fan of that college team or whatever, right? And like you're down 28 points, and you're watching, you're trying to, and you just see that shit. I would be done. I would leave. Like I'd be fed up.
Man,
Also-
we need to actually intro this podcast. We've been going for 13
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I said no, we were
It's been a
recording
little
yet. To
too
be
long,
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
No,
just hit
see, that's the
record at some
bit.
point. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Right. So there's no warning. It's not like Map 5 where we make sure everyone's briefed. Here's all the topics for today. No, it's not. We just go.
Yeah, we only have, like I said, we only have a couple normal questions we ask, and then we
Yeah,
just kind of
right.
spiral from there.
Yeah, we've talked about pissing and buckets, people getting eaten, and what else?
Hunter
sums it
having
up
to
pretty
rush to
much.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
fantastic.
got the express order.
All right, but everyone, welcome back to episode 56 of For the Love of Prod. As always, I'm joined by Hunter and Megalass. And our guest this week is Ocean. Again, man, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. No problem.
So, that is one of the longer intros, maybe the longest intro we've ever had.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a brownie point for me that you guys enjoy talking about pissing in buckets with me for a little bit too long. So, yeah, I'll take that as a brownie point for me.
Yeah.
That's good.
Trust me, pissing in buckets is probably not the worst thing we've ever talked about on this podcast.
Oh, we can talk about worse. Yeah, just keep going. It depends what the questions are and how we
We'll
get
get
into
there. We'll get to the point
Yeah.
where we're spiraling out of control at some point here.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But Ocean, I want to give you the opportunity right now to kind of give a brief introduction to yourself. And basically all I'm asking
God.
is you tell us what games you've worked in and what roles you have been.
I suppose, right. I worked in Overwatch Rocket League as commentator, and I've worked in Marvel Rivals and Overwatch as a tournament director. I worked in Overwatch as a tournament director, team manager, commentator, and talent agent as well.
I think you might be the first person we've ever had as a talent agent on the
Yes,
podcast.
that's correct. Yeah, that's good.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, but we'll probably talk about it a little bit more later. But one thing that
Yeah.
I will say right now, you're the GM for Team Ireland, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Like,
Yeah.
congratulations on getting that role.
Yeah, for the second time.
Ooh.
Hopefully this time goes a bit better.
We can hope. We can all
Yeah.
hope. I mean, me and Hunter have been doing a lot with World Cup stuff, and we've been really happy with what we've seen so far. But like I said, we'll touch on that a little bit later on in the episode. But one of the normal questions that we ask all of our guests, and it's a two-parter, like back to back, and you might kind of lead into the second one yourself here, but also ask it.
Yeah.
Ocean, I want to know what got you into esports, and more importantly, what got you into doing esports productions and just the behind the scenes stuff of esports.
Oh God, right. To be honest, what would be that? I mean, I left school really early due to some unfortunate circumstances, and I just kind of I just started doing it. I remember I was actually in CGL as a player, and one of my friends who I used to commentate another console league with, Basic back in the day, he's now known as Epic Mac, and is like 500k plus followers on TikTok. He was wanting to commentate CGL, and he said, "Let's do it." Right, so as like a young 15, 16-year-old kid, I was me and him were commentating CGL together on console when it was console exclusive. This could have been back 2018, 19, something like that. So back then, and then through that community, I met Bullskunk, and myself, him, and Chef Billy kind of rose the ranks as commentators together, working on PC events slowly but surely, and just rising the casting ranks together from there. So that would be where we got our start, I guess.
And I mean, especially being in that early on, like I imagine your rise was like, I imagine you could kind of point out, like easily see like, oh wow, I'm getting more and more opportunities, bigger and bigger events. Like I have to imagine like how fast did that go for you? Was it
pretty quick? Like after like there was a major console event called the Lame Sauce Xbox Showcase, something like that. That was done by production. The production was done by Elo Hell. Myself and Bullskunk commentated that event. And one of the things we got out of commentating that event was a small bit of, I think we got a small bit of money, and we got a VOD review from Nekkra. And this Nekkra, I tell you what, she is got to be the most important person that Overwatch Esports has ever had. The amount of people who we've had as moderators, observers, commentators, everything, because of Nekkra and bringing them through and giving them motivation, giving them a reason to push on. It's at least 20 I can think of in my head. Nekkra started giving me our first couple of opportunities. I then worked Overwatch Ace, which was a Pacific event with a 100k prize pool, both going back in the day as well. And then after that was really about, we had a very clear casting path to pro system, similar to the Overwatch path to pro system. You had Overwatch League, you had Overwatch Contenders Trials, and then you had your Open Division and Tier 3 events. And you kind of worked your way up. The later games of Open Division you commentated, the better chance you had to do Contenders Trials and those other third-party events. And that's where it was. And I managed to get Contenders Trials pretty late in 2020. Thanks to Bupasaurus, he took over as Nekkra as talent manager, who gives some brilliant advice on my commentary and really guided me as well. So those two people, I think I would thank a lot in the commentary side of things. My career would not have gone so fast if it wasn't for their two influence, Nekkra and Bupasaurus.
And I'll be honest with you, you're not the first person to talk about Nekkra and like helping you grow into what you became or what you are when casting. I mean, there's a lot of people that we've had on who really, really enjoy all the work that Nekkra has done, and is going to continue to do. Like, again, probably one of the better casters just across any game. Doesn't get enough credit for it as well, and I feel. Damn it, I feel bad because I don't want to be getting names wrong, but she's the one that, and Nekkra was the one that said she was taking a step back from Overwatch,
yes, that's
right?
correct.
Yeah. Like again, I feel like when that happened, we've spoke on the podcast when that happened the week after it, and just more in private, like at least me and Hunter have, like that's a fucking terrible thing. Also, it's just a terrible look considering she is highly respected as a caster, not only in Overwatch but
across every industry.
Yeah. And she's backing away because of essentially fan reactions to her, which is awful.
Yes.
But it's interesting you talk about like there was a clear path for casters at a point because right
it's
now
not here anymore.
yeah right now it's like no idea. It's non-existent. You're doing it because you love doing it, essentially at this point. And you might get lucky. Like you might really get lucky.
And the lack of third-party events. We used to run third-party events all the time. We had the Reflash X Monkey Bubble Monkey Bubble Reflash Streamer Showdowns. We had the Last Ride Invitational. We had the Will English tournament. We had so many third-party events to do as well, right? Where you can get a bit of money as well, get your day rate in. The collegiate events were paying okay at the time as well. Low key, I am lucky I got out when I did and changed over. So I did commentary, then I did talent management work and was talent agent for a couple of different commentators who did Overwatch in particular and a couple of other casters as well. And then after that, I worked in team management. But the scene is brutal for you guys at the moment. It's brutal.
Yeah, like me and Hunter actually had a brief conversation today because it's like you saw Rivals announce their list of talent today. And quick shout out to two people who've been on the podcast in the past of Leg Day and CB, who are going to be casting Ignite. Huge congrats to them. I think we all knew Leg Day was going to be a part of it, considering he casted the LAN. CB was the one that was like the bigger surprise, but
I have a bit of intel on this. I worked on a Marvel Rivals event called the Mega Monthly with my friend Mega Milani. We ran an event. I was just kind of giving an advisor role. And CB worked on that event and it was on the main Marvel Rivals channel. It was absolutely excellent. She was so fabulous. There was no way they could have turned her down after that event. There is no way. And she's just a fabulous person as well. So she really deserves it.
Yeah, and like I'm happy with the success she's having with Rivals, but it's just like again going back to like that path for casters in Overwatch. Like
there's no path.
You had CB. She was right there. Like you had her as the face of Ka. I would basically say for 2 years, and then last year you kind of just dropped her. Like no reason, never picked her back up, and it's something that really confused all of us. But hey, Rivals, Overwatch's loss is Rivals' gain. So again, really big congrats to her.
It's so hard. We had a beautiful, brilliant system, and what was really nice is the majority of commentators would pay down. So like as a Extended Trials caster, we would try and help the tier 3 guys move up. You know, everyone was helping each other out, bonding each other, making sure that the scene was alive. Especially during the tough end period of Overwatch 1, where there wasn't that much content. A lot of these commentators you see seen around that time did a lot of work to keep things busy.
Yeah, they did, and like you also talked about all the tournaments that there were there, like Will English, someone we've had on in the past, Monkey Bubble. A lot of the observers and producers that have been on and ones that we call friends worked Monkey Bubble tournaments in the past, and just like even the small, like you said, the community ones. You also had Dive Party. I'm forgetting what the winter one was called. But I remember
Flash Ops.
I remember. I like those were big things. Like they would draw in draw in people, and like it would always be like a really cool thing to see. You just don't get that anymore. It's unfortunate with Overwatch. Granted, like I guess that's kind of gonna be what World Cup is this year, with at least trying to, but still being it just I don't know where I'm going.
I find it so hard for you gamers. You kind of just got to hope you have a World Cup country want to do a show match for you, and that's your action.
Yeah.
That's your action. That's really it. And then hopefully maybe there might be opportunities in World Cup at some point. I don't know how they're going to do production for that yet, but
no idea.
There'll be opportunities.
Yeah, well, considering that the wildcard stuff is coming up here very quickly, and much like with OWCS, they haven't announced talent yet. It's going to be interesting to see like what do they do with World Cup wildcard stuff with talent. Is it just going to be like, yeah, the game's going to happen? It's going to be like Face It League, though. If someone wants to co-stream it, they can just co-stream it.
I wish I could tell you the answer.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't. Like, from what I know, teams have, like, an idea of what it is, but apparently they're not, like, 100% locked in on it yet. And
We were told today what's happening, but I cannot say what's happening. And to be honest,
obviously, yeah.
what I could say is, to be honest, I'm not too best pleased.
Yeah, I'm being vague for a very, very good
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, exactly. Obviously, we're not allowed to say
Mhm.
what the plan is until it's published, which should be in the next couple of days.
But I mean, well, I imagine we'll keep coming back to some of the stuff you talked about there. But I want to move to the second part of the question. And again, you kind of touched on what the question or the answer to this question is going to be. But what keeps you coming back to doing stuff in esports, and what keeps you just coming back to esports?
Oh, team management is amazing. I'll tell you that. Working in team management trials, we've got 22 motivated trials, right? We've got the most in-depth trial process of any country. I have no problem saying that. We've done 25 plus scrim blocks so far. We've got 3 more left to go. We have 3 phases of trials. And giving those guys opportunities, giving them feedback, seeing them grow, that is what it is. I've worked at a one-man army. I worked in Korea with a lot of different players who started their career. Pride started his career on my team at Incendia Evolution, for example. Many players, that is what keeps me going. I love giving people advice, giving people room to grow, and that's it. I love team management. It's so good. It's so much fun.
I mean, I imagine that would be like a very fun thing because, like you said, you love seeing people grow. So when you have, I mean, it might not be every player, but when you have that one player that you have on your team that becomes like, they don't even have to become like a superstar. They just have to become like a name that everyone talks about. It's like, wow, you are playing a part of this player's story.
Although it is quite, I also do like putting my foot down. That's quite fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend. My players will tell you I'm probably one of the stricter managers in the scene. I'm quite firm. If you're late, you're in trouble. That sort of thing. But I like giving people that structure. I like giving people that feedback.
Mega, how would you be as a manager?
So here's the thing. I have managed teams before. Yeah, my camera is breaking, by the way, so I'm just still deal with it. But in turn, like, my personality as a manager is very, very different. Just because, like, especially if I'm not on the team, if I'm just purely managing it, like, it's almost like it becomes numbers for me, like almost like an accounting kind of deal, where I'm just like, okay, I'm filling out. We have to book this time. We have to do this. We have to cross our T's, dot our I's. And so, like, I feel like I could do well in a management role, but it is also incredibly boring to me personally. Like, you really have to love what you're doing and like feel yourself tied to the team's success when you're doing stuff like that. And I just don't get that connection personally, so it kind of pushes me away from management.
I honestly thought I thought you were like you would just start going into how you would discipline players, but no, that was a really good answer.
Oh, we've had some good. We usually one man army. We had good ones. We had occasional fines. I don't think anyone got fined too often, right? But players, every minute you're late is 10 push-ups.
See, that's a good one. I actually got in trouble here at my university because when I became captain of the Overwatch team, now I do not condone physical punishment. However, on the first practice of the semester after tryouts, I definitely showed up at our esports area and hung a belt on the wall and told everybody it's there in case I need it.
If I could
got in a little trouble for that. Listen, I
like that.
I got in a little bit of trouble, but I think it was worth it personally. I think it set the tone. So, but again, that's captaining. That's that when you're having to play with these people and having to coach as well. Like, coach me is very different from manager me personally.
I think that's a great idea, but I think what I should do, I should have it like about in the background in ranked, and every time my support man doesn't give me something, I'm just like slap it and go, "That's what's happened next." If you don't give me ring next time, like that's what I should do.
Low voltage taser.
Yeah, but you can't hear that on a microphone.
No. But listen. Here's what you need, right? Because you're in charge of Team Ireland. You can get this set up for them. Get the whole team shot callers and make sure you have the control. And that way, or give it to the coach. Be like, listen. Anytime you overextend, zap. You'll learn. You'll Pavlov people into being great Overwatch players. It'll be great.
You're assuming we don't already do that.
See. This one's on to something. This one's cooking.
Yeah. And when we go to team males, they have to go out on a leash as well.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. No,
Hold on. Now we're going too far.
They go out on a leash. Is it like how? Is it like dog walker where it's like, you know, the leash is attached to like something around their waist and it only lets them go so far? Oh dear God. No, like I remember something that my college's esports coach did, because it was like it was the first year of it all, and there were always constantly like people from the school coming in to look. So to discipline the team one day after like a bad practice, he made them run a lap around the building that we practiced in because
That's good.
the only thing that the higher ups knew was just about normal sports. So they thought that was normal, and he was like thinking, okay, I have to make this look like a normal sport to them. So everyone go run a lap outside. Yeah, it's 25. Go run a lap.
I have a good story actually about food and players and misbehaving. It's a really good story. So we had rules on an army, right? Essentially, I want my players to get 7 to 9 hours sleep. That's their goal. And the next day we had a film shoot. I can't remember which film shoot it was. It was at 1 o'clock. So I want my players up at 11, ready to go, so that they're going to be in a good state. We're hitting we're at 1 a.m. The boys are still playing ranked. And I'm a little bit worried that they want to go on an adventure. So I locked the facility, took the key, right, into where I was sleeping. Here, Avo and Top Dragon in the kitchen. I'm like, something. They're either making food and just last snack before bed. It's all right. And I hear a window. I go and check. They're fucking climbed out the window to walk to McDonald's, walk 20 minutes to McDonald's, then walk back. And they didn't even bring me any back. They climbed out the window to go to McDonald's at 1 a.m. in the morning, knowing full well that I wanted them in bed by 2 or 3 maximum, to wake up at 11 so I could do a photo shoot the next day. I think we had a Face-It League match the next day as well, so I think I had a little bit of a go at them. I said, at least as long as you win, it's okay. And next time you do it, bring me some back if you're gonna do that.
Gotta board up the windows like it's COD Zombies, man.
Yeah. It was the window in the kitchen, the one-man army facility, and if they tried to deny it, I saw them do it. So I'll get the cameras.
Luckily, the facility wasn't on like the 3rd floor.
No, but they would have tried that. Top Dragon was well behaved the rest of the entire time in one-man army. That was the one thing he did. I was like, I think Avo's had some influence there.
If I saw that, I would just be more like perplexed, saying like, "Wow, you guys are actually doing this."
I was perplexed, and you know what? Fair enough. That's quite creative. That's quite good. That's why I wasn't actually that mad. I was like, you know what? Fair enough. Facilities locked. I have to keep, like, they're just off out the window. Go to McDonald's. Because they want McDonald's, I guess. And they did win the next day. The next day.
Good.
It would. Here, let me ask you this: what would you have done if they lost?
Oh, if they lost the next day, I mean, like, I'll just turn the Wi-Fi off at 2 a.m. for the next couple of days. You play ranked till then, make sure you get sleep, you know.
Don't care if you're in the middle of your ranked game, just Wi-Fi.
I mean, realistically, like, I'm fine giving my players as much leeway as possible until they give me a reason not to give them that leeway, right? If you're sneaking out at 2 a.m. to go to McDonald's, the next day you're tired as fuck and you don't play properly, then that's an issue, right? And you've lost your privileges for a little bit until you can earn them back. It's simple discipline, really.
I just imagine like going down the line. Okay, you unplug the power, or you unplug the Wi-Fi, they just plug it back in. Fuck, you're tripping breakers. You're just shutting. You're going to the breaker box.
I would tell them that it's happening. You know, it's not just like randomly cutting it. You know, I would tell them that it's happening. You know, and make sure that they know why and whatever. But I'm all for players playing as much ranked as possible, get as much grind as possible. For me, if your routine is at least you get good sleep quality, good hours of sleep, you don't take too much caffeine, you want to perform, I'm okay. Do whatever you want outside of that.
Here, actually, let's talk about just managing teams a little bit more, because it's a really interesting thing, because I feel like it's something that, especially with esports teams, it's something that you don't necessarily think about that often, especially after a team gets announced, because I feel like at least in NA, it's a little bit different. There are teams that do have like actual houses and facilities for the teams to practice in, but some teams definitely, like, I'm gonna say the unpartnered teams and probably even some of the partner teams here in NA for OWCS, they're still playing, like, they're maybe scattered around the country. What was it like to actually manage a team and have a facility like?
Oh, it's fantastic. See, for photo shoots and stuff and being able to generate content and do things, it's great. It initially means if any partners come into the building, come to the facility for a meeting, they can see the boys in action and whatever. And this happened a couple of times. Yeah, it happened a couple of times as well. Like Red Bull came into the facility in the Netherlands and were like, oh, here's our players, they're playing, here's them practicing. It was be able to actually show them there, I think, is a good thing. And part of my job at, any team I've got is to see what is the growth plan, how can we generate money, because money in esports is a complicated topic, right? How can we perform, how can we generate money, how can I make sure my players are good well-being wise. I'm probably the best manager, I would say, in the West when it comes to well-being and communication and understanding those topics extremely well. And I'm okay at one-to-one human managing as well. But when it comes to also growth plans and getting that finance in, I don't think there's many better either. Maybe a couple, but not in my mind. But that's kind of the role there.
Like, that's a very, like, it's always a very interesting thing, because we have talked about it a couple times on this podcast, was just the money coming into esports, where it's the lack thereof, and any team that has a sponsor is huge for them, and especially when we talk about in the sense of like the actual production, the actual itself, because we look at something like OWCS, where OWCS Korea, they have sponsors, they run their own thing. Normal OWCS, like or not normal, NA and EMEA OWCS only really have sponsors when it comes to playoffs and LAN, which,
yes,
I mean, you can at least kind of see. You get it actually shoved in your face during playoffs and LANs, because it's like everything. It's like, okay, yeah, hey, remember we have this sponsor.
Yeah.
And you
I
also
think
just
there's a lot on that I would understand. So one thing that is pretty weak in, I hate to call it North America. I actually talked about this on Sunshine Bread stream the other day. Is the engagement between NA esports fans and the sponsors is typically terrible. EU, it's okay in like countries like France and Germany, it's not that great. And also, it converts to the viewership numbers as well. NA OWCS performed pretty bad last year. But Korea, yes, the viewership numbers in the West might be lower, but they've got 300 fans in a venue who are all wanting to engage with the product, wanting to buy jerseys, wanting to buy whatever, like Samsung monitors, say they were the sponsor, for example. They want to buy those products, and they're engaging with that product all the time. If you got 300 people in a venue engaging with your product, that's potentially 100 sales of a monitor that you've maybe gotten £100 margin on. Of course you're going to sponsor the event. What are you going to sponsor NA, OWCS, not outside of playoffs for? For some 15-year-old kid that wants to watch PG eat chicken wings? Like, they ain't gonna buy anything.
I swear to
like,
God, if Wingstop fucking sponsors OWCS,
I'm gonna Wingstop makes sense. Wingstop would be excellent. That'd be an excellent NA partner. But like you're seeing how the product engagement is completely different, right?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is, and like at least like it's very easy to look at NA orgs and just if they have a jersey and say like, oh, yeah, it's just a normal jersey. There's no sponsors on it whatsoever. But you look at a lot of the EU, EMEA, and even the Korean and Japanese orgs. They're like, oh, they are a lot of like big name sponsors as well. It's not just like
Vision and Toyota.
Yeah,
is a big one.
Yeah, like Red Bull sponsors a lot. I know Monster sponsors at least Liquid in NA.
Yeah.
But like Red Bull seems to be the one that sponsors the primary amount, or like the most esports teams. Like you have fucking T1. I understand that the sponsorship is actually more probably through their league team rather than their Overwatch team, but they have fucking Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the return of investment on that for them? Because like, what esports fan is gonna say, okay, I can go out and buy a Benz? Like, probably not that much.
I can tell you. You remember the Overwatch Porsche collab?
Yeah.
There were Porsches outside in Hangzhou, outside the venue. There was multiple of them, like Overwatch customized Porsches.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have pictures of them, but I can maybe send them at some point. Like that partnership seemed to be quite popular there. I would
Mm.
not be surprised if genuinely at least 2 people bought an Overwatch Porsche car. I'm being so for real. And imagine the profit margins on that for what the sponsorship probably was.
I mean, if fuck, I can't speak. I bet you all that if they got one person to buy a car from that, it probably made them money. I'm gonna take a guess. It was that.
I mean, I probably got a percentage of skin revenue. So
Yeah.
like that's like they probably printed.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I thought those skins were god awful.
They were pretty bad.
They
I'm
were
not gonna
bad.
lie.
Like, oh yeah, you get the iconic revving of a Porsche engine. Okay, buddy. Like, I don't. You barely
Fantastic.
hear them. You barely see them in real life. I don't know what the fuck they sound like.
Yeah.
But no, I went to DreamHack Dallas where that was the land where they actually sponsored it, and like they had a Porsche at the like at the stage, but they also had a Porsche at the fucking entrance to the entire hall.
Yeah. Okay. So similar to Hangzhou.
Yeah, multiple kick streamers got kicked out because they tried getting into the Porsche.
Oh, fantastic!
Which was really funny to me. It's like, guys, it's not like it was just the Porsche were just sitting there and they opened. There was like, it was roped off, said please do not, touch the car, and so many people got kicked out because it's like, oh, I can go in the car.
I'm sure you can, buddy.
Yeah, but like, how many facilities have you been in when it comes to working with org? Because a one-man army, but have you like outside that, like what is? How many
Not
others have you
long
been
term, no. We kind of sleeping in the one-man army facility. It was like a couple months, 3 months, right? That was okay. Outside of that, it's just been occasional boot camps at smaller facilities for a week or so, and then we do a B&B typically. So at Ireland in 2023, we had a massive house B&B, which was great. There's a house tour video on the old Celtic Wolfhounds YouTube channel that was pretty good. It was really nice house, and the facility was all right. So those would be the more regular experiences. At One Man Army, actually living with the boys was a little bit different.
I would imagine, especially like in Airbnb. I imagine the Airbnb, you had all the setups there.
No, we travel back and forth to a venue typically. Yeah.
I've seen some Airbnbs actually like now advertise themselves like saying, hey, like we can have
PCs,
we have PCs, or we have the space for you to bring PCs and set up if like that's what you're here for, because there are definitely a lot of Airbnbs now around major venues that have these esports tournaments pretty frequently. They're like, hey, we know that we can probably get a team maybe, or just a big group of friends to come here and say like we could get them to rent.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
But did you already tell us the funniest story from the one? Was them climbing?
Oh, that was good. I have I've got so many good stories. I mean, I mean, there's one that's like not appropriate for air. There's that one. That one can be off screen. Also in the One Man Army facility. I guess we had like this one. We did a photo shoot with like actual swords and flails and like fake guns out in the park in the Netherlands, and there was someone who was very disgruntled and upset at us and walked over them. We kind of had to pack up pretty shortly after that. They were not happy. We had like actual weapons in like a big park in Zoetermeer.
I mean, you had actual weapons.
Like we're in the field, like no one is near us. Like the players been coached on how to hold them. Like they aren't gonna well, Donghun might, but like it was a complete accident. We gave him the flail that was a little bit less dangerous for a reason.
Is flail a little bit less dangerous?
Well, it wasn't that good of a flail. It was pretty shite. So like I imagine it was all right. But you just give him because he played Brig. So. And to be honest, he never hit a whip shot anyway. So like I wasn't really worried IRL.
Can't hit him in the game. Can't hit him in real life.
Yeah,
we're fine. He's
Donghun,
good.
if you watch, I'm joking. I'm sure you know. I saw you hit every whip shot.
He's just saying that so you don't actually go hit him with a whip or with
I mean, he's not got the weapon anymore. Obviously, it's in the Netherlands somewhere.
Yeah, you could find one. But okay, so let's talk about your casting a little bit now.
Yeah.
All three of us here, or all four of us here, are casters or were casters at a point in their careers within esports.
Yeah.
Like, So you said Nekkra was someone who really helped you out, but like I have to imagine when you first got into it, especially since you talked about being a part of CGL all the way back in 2018. That's probably around the time that Hunter was playing in it.
Possibly.
Uh,
We probably commentated you at some point, maybe. With Basic. I don't know what tier you were playing in at the time.
What's on the highest one? I can tell you that.
No, we did tier 3 and shit all the time.
Like we did open division when it was a thing, but like we never like made it far enough to be on a quote unquote official broadcast. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
sorry, but I just wanted
Go
to ask, like, when you were first getting started, and like, who was the like? You talked about Bull Skunk and Billy, being there as you kind of rose through it. Like, who was someone that really helped you, or was it like you kind of just went back and watched what you were doing? Maybe you were watching what the pro scene was like. But what was the thing that really helped you the most when you were first getting started?
Oh gosh. I mean, me and Basic just kind of did it, and we were liked. To be honest, I never had really any hardship at the start. We were just kind of naturally liked. I don't know if it's the games we picked. We just got really lucky. Our viewership always did really well. And then once that CGL season ended, I met Bullskunk, and we actually started looking back and wanting to be good commentators. So from there, it was all right. It was like there was no. I've been in this commentating game longer than he has. He's a young man compared to me. So yeah, I suppose like me and Basic never really had any hardships. And then once that next task of becoming like this amateur caster, then getting to tier 3 level, and then getting to I guess we had like a tier 2.5 at the time for Contenders Trials level. That's where Nekkra and Bubasaurus came in. I needed them to direct me in the right direction and give me that motivation as well.
And I mean, I feel like now it's a little bit different because you have new casters come in. Like, I don't want to say often anymore. Like maybe last year, I would say like it felt like I was running into a new caster maybe every week. Now it's like it's slowed down a little bit. This past year, we've talked about a decent amount where it's like the new people coming into casting, new people coming into production as well, whether it be an observer or a producer, has really slowed down. And it's an unfortunate thing because it kind of like I look at it as a thing. It's like, hey, as long as there's new people coming in, you know there's still growth in the scene. Now that it's slowing down a little bit, it's like, oh, is the scene also slowing down? And I don't like asking that question about it.
The rates are shit. That's the hard thing. What's the motivation to get good? You know?
Yeah.
There's no opportunities. There's no pathway to get up to these good opportunities. You're kind of just casting a face at League Match, hoping someone likes your content and follows you. But that's also just co-streaming for the most part, right?
Yeah.
What event are you actually going to commentate? You got OWCS. You maybe got the Masters League playoffs, right? And that's it, right? That's all you've got. So what are you going to commentate? What are you going to get a good rate for? You're going to do a collegiate gig, get an okay half-day rate, and that's it? There's no motivation to get good, and there's no pathway to get good. So what's the point?
I have stuff to say about both Masters playoffs and collegiate. Like, I've said it in the past, especially on this podcast. And I think we've even had people who have. I think we talked about with Llama, I think with Llama and a little bit with Time to Light, where it seems like once you get into casting with those collegiate leagues, the only reason you leave is if you just stop. Like once you're in, you're in. It's hard, and it's hard to get in.
The loyalty is good. The loyalty is good, though.
Yeah, I mean, no, like the loyalty is good. Like we have friends who cast in it, like to Tryhard Ray and Soab Donovan. They are casting in the collegiate leagues. I think so. So I was casting with NECC. I think Ray is casting with NACE or NECC as well. We know Tiny Shiny and Twin Sanity or Jesse. They normally pick up the actual like big collegiate lands at the end of the semesters or the end of school years, and they'll probably be picking up the Overwatch Homecoming because it makes the most sense for them to, considering they're both, or Tiny's still in college and Jesse follows the scene, is probably the person who's actually reporting on the scene the most of anybody in NA. So I would expect them to be casting that, but it's something where I want to say it, but I don't necessarily know if I can, because I'll just say this: me and Hunter were approached about casting this last season of Masters tier playoffs. However, like we were told there would be 3 days of it.
Yeah.
We were told there would be 3 days of Masters playoffs, and they were all going to be casted. Well, it became one. It became 1 day,
and then it didn't even happen.
It did.
It
the
did.
1
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
It did, but it went like they had Spectreon and Bolskunk in the EMEA, which again, Spectreon I thought should have been on it last season when there was multiple days.
Sorry,
My God, yeah.
And they had Lemon Kiwi on this season for NA, and I thought like, okay, that's fine. Like it makes sense. Lemon Kiwi's probably someone that I would not be surprised if we see her a little bit more in OWCS stuff as well this coming season. But Bolskunk getting both makes a lot of sense. He's covering both regions. He's covering a lot of tiers as well. But it's like, if me and Hunter were reached out to do it about potentially, being on for one of the days, there were probably a ton of other casters that are also reached out to as well. Because I know when me and Hunter did playoffs back in season 7 for it.
Season 5.
Season
5.
Yeah, season 5. God damn it.
Yeah, where's season 7? Season 7 just ended.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
When me and Hunter reached out to do it for season 5, we were kind of told and we've talked to other people who weren't picked up for it, that there was probably 10 other casters they reached out to about season 5.
Yeah.
I don't know how many were for season 7, but it's hard to have those opportunities anymore. And like you said, that scene of that ladder is not necessarily there anymore. It's like you have to get lucky. You really do. It is now more luck based, and having and I'm not gonna say it's all luck. Having a big brand or a big name like Bolskunk and Lemon Kiwi makes a lot of sense to have those casters be the people who are covering playoffs.
Yes, it's really tough. I don't know what to say. I pity all of you, but I would love to come back to commentate and do it occasionally outside my team management work because it's really fun, and I really enjoy the narrative aspect of it. And getting to highlight certain people, but it's really hard. I think it's a victim of a lot of undercutting that happened previously, and then also people who are running these events are like, "Wait, we should pay these people? What's going on here?" They have no idea. A lot of people running these broadcast projects, they don't understand. I remember for the longest time, observers weren't being paid. There's no observers. Nobody sees what's on the screen.
Yeah.
That shocked me for the longest time. Observers were always undervalued, which is it was really upsetting when I was working back in the day. But yeah, it's troubling, and it feels really difficult. If I were to ask all three of you, you wanted to cast to a semi-professional, professional level, right? Where do you see that break happening? You'd all say, I have no idea, right? I mean, if I ask all of you that question.
Yeah, it's no idea. Like when me and Hunter got the stuff for season 5, it was honestly, it really came down to we knew the people who were putting on the production, who were running it.
Was that Manny D?
No,
or who was running it?
It was not Manny D. Manny D, we was a part of it, but
yeah,
I think Face and ESL had actually reached out to Solomon of BPL.
The BPL we're covering it. Okay, got it right. Okay, so Manny probably reached out to BPL and was like that. But he's like maybe the one person at Face who seems to understand the value of this sort of thing.
Yeah, and Manny D has reached out to me and Hunter for stuff in the recently, but that was just like the for a little content thing that they would normally do during Face League, saying, "Hey, top 5 players, who are they?"
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, that's good. I mean, he seems to value people, which is good. I like him.
Yeah. But Hunter Mega, what about you? Because it's like I said, it's random. It's just knowing the right people, and also just having a random break go your way to get anything at this point.
Yeah, you never know when you're just gonna get a random email when you wake up one morning, or you suddenly have a DM on your Discord, it's obviously it's difficult, obviously, But you obviously go and you put in the work and you're hoping it gets noticed. That's our situation nowadays. That's every tier 2 caster situation when it comes to Overwatch. I don't know. Inevitably, it's just about, I don't know. If you have the desire for it, if you love to do it, you need that. If you were here for the money, I think we all know that if you're here for the money, it's probably not the right place to be.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, we're beyond the quote unquote golden age, so to speak. But it doesn't mean that it can't be good again someday. Let's make that clear. There's every chance. Who knows?
Absolutely. Like it feels very comparable to some like theater work that I'm getting now and potentially getting over the summer, where while you could be the best in your craft, hone your craft day in, day out, day in, day out, and that's good, and you absolutely should do that. It it like it's not luck based, but it's just who do you know, right? Like connections are key. And that sucks to say because it's like, oh, it should always be based on skill or merit or like who deserves it. And in a perfect world, it would be, but this is not a perfect world, right? You're gonna get your best friend, you're gonna get the person that you know, um, and you're going to make those connections as you go throughout this industry, and that's just going to be the people that you then call upon because it's like, hey, I don't have to wonder, is this person good or is this person not? I know that the level they're at. I'm willing to bring them in because this is somebody I know and I know they will deliver a product that gets everybody paid and nobody has to worry about anything. Because at the end of the day, especially on like the higher up level, all these people care about is just making sure that there's no problems. They just want smooth, simple broadcast for it to start, for it to end, nothing to happen in between, and then everybody moves on about their day. That's all that people at the higher ups want. And when you can just bring in people that you know that have solid connections and stuff like that, instead of having to outsource and search for talent and stuff like that, it just makes it 10 times easier.
Yeah, one thing I just want to add on to this because I want to add a little off topic, on topic, because you said people just looking to have everything go smoothly. That's kind of what happened with I believe it was last day at this point. I did a show match for Team Poland when they were still trialing players, but it was show match, or no, they not a show match. It was a scrim. They specifically told us not to call it a show match. It was a scrim with Team Netherlands, and it was streamed on my Twitch, but it was being ran by someone in Poland. And at the end of it, he celebrated so hard because nothing went wrong with the broadcast. Like there was no problems with our microphones, no problems with the only problem was someone disconnected in the middle of the game, but there's nothing wrong with the stream. And he was like, that has not happened yet. It was really fun to hear that and really fun to be a part of that. Because like they had problems, it sounded like, especially with the one they had on that previous Monday. But it was really fun to be like, hey, nothing went wrong. That was awesome. But again, like I said, a little off topic, a little on topic with it. But yeah. I don't know, like we've talked about it in the past when it comes to that. It's like there will be a day where like we stop casting. All of us will. There'll be a day that we stop doing stuff in esports. But like, and at this point, like realistically, maybe I should have said I'm gonna stop. But this is something I love doing. I love doing it. It's the thing that keeps me coming back is that I really just enjoy doing this, and more importantly than that, I've made so many friends through this.
Absolutely.
Like I've traveled to places I probably wouldn't have traveled to. Like I would have probably never gone to Sweden if it wasn't for esports, most likely.
Yeah.
No, I would have probably just stayed in the part of the United States that I live in. I would not have gone to Dallas. Either. Well, maybe I would have gone to Dallas at some point in my life, but it would not have been for DreamHack.
Yeah.
Like, or I would have never gone to Toronto, either.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of these. I've done Toronto. I've done both Stockholms. I've done Anaheim. I've done Hangzhou.
How was that? Like Hangzhou one looked really fun last year.
I'll tell you, I've been to all those events. Hangzhou stomps all the other ones by a lot. Right, I've got like a ranking of all of these events, right, as well.
Can I ask, was it because it was its own, like, it was its own thing there? It was its own venue. There's nothing else going on there.
No, I mean Overwatch. I've done Overwatch League finals in Toronto, that as well, and I've done Overwatch League finals in Anaheim. The Hangzhou was brilliant because those tickets sold out within 10 minutes. It's what 6,000 or so a day, but there was the amount of fans outside the venue each day who weren't in. It got to be another 2,000 to 4,000 people. Everyone just loved Overwatch. The culture was brilliant. Hangzhou was a lovely city, easy to get around, good food. Hangzhou was just an amazing city, amazing host. The venue was stunning as well. DreamHack Stockholm both years was good. The second year was definitely much better. I'll tell you, the worst event I've been to was the Toronto one. I'll tell you that by far.
For the final Overwatch League.
Yeah, the finals. Yeah.
Like I was at that one, and I like it. Honestly, it was a little bit weird because everyone kind of knew, like, hey, this is probably it for.
Yeah, it was very strange atmospherically. But also, I'll tell you what, it was also the worst smelling one. I don't know what people were doing before that event, but like I have never. Some people who went to the Overwatch League finals in Toronto need to have a good hard look at them. Did the showers? There were no showers in the hotels. Like, what was going on that event? I was embarrassed to even be part of that group. Like, oh my god! And like, Anaheim was the second stinkiest. Then it was the first year at Stockholm. This year Stockholm was better than last. It was pretty good. And then Hangzhou was the least stinky. But Toronto by far. Oh my god.
No, like I was in Toronto for that one. Well, honestly, I'm gonna say it's probably because that's an actual like hockey arena. Outside of when it's being used for like concerts and shit, so that might be the reason. But no, it's probably just people themselves. But it just
it was definitely people.
Yeah, like Sunday was weird because it was just like, you know, people would get there, they got there early, it was very exciting, and then after like the lower final, and they had that like the show match where
it's
they
the
were
last game. It was it. The final felt so weird. Didn't feel like any of the other finals.
Again, everyone knew that like, hey, this is pretty much it for Owl, and it was like the great unknown. Even though I think it had leaked that ESL like signed a contract with Blizzard before then.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's like, what happens if that falls through? Is there gonna be anything for it? It's like all that stuff. So it was an awkward thing, for it, and it's like just the vibe of like when when Miami won, or Florida, my bad, I want to say Miami.
Yeah.
Vice colors. But when Florida won, it was like, oh wow, this is it. Like I even remember tweeting like, I don't want this to be the final map. Like everyone knew, like, hey, when this map ends, it's like that's it. Everyone go home. Like we had our run. It was a fun time. It was just awkward to be there because it was like like you said, the vibe and just everything there was not like, oh wow, yeah, championships, grand finals, this is awesome. It's like, oh, this is it.
It feels more like a funeral than a celebration at that point.
Yeah.
One of the signs said like, this is the best. There was someone who had a sign there every day, best funeral ever.
Oh my god. Honestly, fair.
That's good. But I felt like the atmosphere during the first 3 maps of that final was brilliant. The crowd was really good. The crowd in Toronto was fairly good, to be fair, apart from the stage. But the last map, I was thinking, geez, really? That's it for a fight? But everyone just felt deflated, I think.
Like, also, it was the last map was Esperanza, right? Like,
yeah, I think so.
I was just saying because I think at the time, like, Push was still relatively new, and it's like, I don't really want this to end on fucking Esperanza. Especially because like I forget what the dominant comp was, but it was like, oh yeah, we're just seeing one team run the very dominant comp, and the team that was losing just say, we're just gonna go out there and lose running what we want to run.
Yeah. It was it the Sigma stuff? Was it Sigma
Possibly.
stuff?
Was it Sig or was it Orisa?
I feel like it was Sig because I'm pretty sure God, who did we bring? Who did Houston bring in for that? Was it Gargoyle? No, we had Gargoyle, and we let go of Gargoyle. And we brought somebody else back to come in and play.
Bernard, maybe? Oh no, Bernard was ages ago. Maybe it was Gargoyle.
Because Gargoyle was on the team in 2023, but I'm pretty sure it was someone.
Oh, it was
else.
Bernard. It was Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard. Yeah, Bernard came in because they went and benched Fearless, and then they put him in for that last map because I think there was an acceptance of, well, I don't think we're winning this, but let's go out with the usual Houston style with the dive.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
I don't know, but I mean,
Strange
if
map.
it's back in Hangzhou again next, wait,
Oh.
they haven't announced where the land. Have they announced where the lands are yet?
Yeah, it's China. They said
They've
China.
announced them all.
I hope it's Hangzhou. When I went to China, we also went to Shanghai, and like Shanghai is nice enough, but like the air quality is really bad there. Like it's just not as good. Hangzhou is just a wonderful city and a wonderful host. I don't see any reason to change it. Same with Stockholm. Stockholm was a good host. Why change it? I understand why the events are in China. I was there. If you're seeing 8,000 people or so at an arena, it's going to be a great event, is it not? Like it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, like
so that's good.
I'm waiting for them to go to Korea for one of these LAN events, and I understand why they haven't gone there just yet. It's because like Korea already has their own things, but I would love there to be an actual like LAN event for all the regions going there. But yeah, I kept on saying like if one goes to Japan, I'm gonna go to it.
You're not gonna go?
I'm not. There's personal stuff going on, and I don't want to be halfway around the world. In case something goes with that.
You know what the hardest thing for Japan is getting tickets. Overwatch in Japan is mental.
It's huge.
Those tickets are gonna go. I mean, China was 10 minutes. I think we'll be lucky if we get 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think Japan will be 5. I really do. And have they announced? Is it gonna be the same venue that Apex was at? I
think. Well, it's actually ran by the group that owns the division, so I think so, but I'm not sure.
I hope so, because that's a big venue. Like that one could sit a decent amount of people. But okay, let's move away from that and back into something here. I gotta. I'm just gonna say at the hour mark we started talking about just cleanliness of people.
Yeah,
that's smart. It's a good topic.
Especially with fucking esports and just gaming fans in general. But moving on from that. So let's actually now talk a little bit about World Cup stuff, because we're in the midst.
Okay, that's interesting.
We're in the midst of every country doing trials, announcing who's going to be trying out for the team. Some teams already announced like, "Hey, here's our 7," or "Here's our roster for it," because wildcard's just around the corner. You are the general manager for Ireland.
Ireland, yes.
This is your second time doing it as well, right?
Yeah, second time.
Just talk about like, as I imagine we've already kind of touched on it a little bit, but talk about like what does that entail for you? Like, what are you doing as the GM of Ireland?
Well, I suppose there's lots of ways to look at my role, but I think the general manager of the country is a lot more than just managing a team. I think it's completely different. We want to make a vow to, even if we get eliminated in wildcard, which I think actually there's a chance we don't, to be honest. I think we've got a really good go at it. I think there's a couple of teams we match up pretty poorly into and hope we don't play, but like outside of that, top 5 is doable. It's definitely possible. We're probably definitely in that top 8, but top 5 is going to be really hard because the amount of competition in Europe is really strong. But for me, you also have to get culture for the players to grind, get Overwatch events happening in the country. We're going to have a show match series for some players who didn't make it. We are not doing as many show matches now because we want to have content throughout the year. We want Irish Overwatch always happening. And that's the goal that we are going to set. We want to have creative partnerships with charities and companies nearby that allow people to come to events. We want to do an IRL show match at some point. If we think that we can make that happen, we'll make that happen. So we have lots of different goals. Additionally, we want to push new people into esports. We've hired a lot of volunteers who have been absolutely fantastic, who are trying esports content for the first time. We've got someone team managing as an assistant manager for the first time, trying to learn from myself. So that's what it's about. It's about giving back and giving to your country and representing your country on the big stage.
Yeah, and like going through all this stuff right now, especially like you I don't remember if it was before we started I started the recording or just after we started recording. You just said you're now down to your final phase of trialing, right? Where it's
Yes, we've got 11 players left. We've got to bring it to 7. We've got 3 scrims left to decide who that's going to be.
and while like through me and Hunter doing a lot of stuff with with teams in Latin America and South America, we do not envy that position you're in right now,
No,
because
it's
like you've
horrible.
already said, you've had some players that have not taken the news that they're not going on to the next round of trialing, not so well, and some that have taken it well. I fear for a country like Brazil, who has 49 players trialing for their team.
Yeah, for me, like we took 22. We'd love to take more, but we want to give them all a fair try. Most of these players had 4 or 5 plus scrim blocks with at least some sort of communication feedback. So what we did for our trials, we had 3 phases. Phase 1, all internal scrims. You're directly in competition. Then you also had the streamed event as an opportunity. And the streamed event tests a couple things for us. One, are you going to play any different? Is the atmosphere differently? Esports players will deny this to the brim. It's different. Scrimming and then playing a match on stream or playing even a stream trial on stream is different. It does affect some players. It affects some more than others, obviously. And obviously, it's a great opportunity because the day 1 we had OC and Bullskunk in the broadcast. We peaked at 692 viewers and we averaged over 350. Day 2, we averaged over 225 and peaked around 350. That's an opportunity for these guys to play. They've never been shown to that many people before. Never. So that's an opportunity, and we provided a lot of education throughout the trials. What do you need to do to be a pro player? What are these top guys doing? And we used a couple of case studies as well. As I said, that's my strength as a manager. I know communication, I know well-being, I know how to get the best out of the mental side of esports because I've worked with so many great sports psychologists. I know that, and I also know structure better than anyone else. And they would be given that structure for their scrims. Phase 2 was all external scrim blocks. We take 5 or 6 players to an external block, your normal traditional scrim block. And then phase 3 now, we cut from 22 to 11. And it's all external for the most part. And then we're going to cut 4 more players. However, those other 4 players, obviously, you can change roster, I believe, between wildcard qualifier and open qualifier. They're all going to be considered, I think, from that standard. All these 11 players that are left are top quality, and our scrim quality was really good. We were beating top expert teams and competing with masters teams so far, so we're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, and like that's one thing, because let me ask you this, as you know, someone who had to, I imagine there's an application process for it, like players would tell, like, here's my rank, here's my peak rank, here's what team I play for. How many of these players that fill that out say, like, yeah, here's my peak rank, I've never been on a Face It League team?
We had a couple. Yeah, we had a couple.
Like, when it comes to that, are you, even if they don't like move on in the trials, I'm not going to assume that there's anyone that, I'm not going to assume that there's people that are still there that are like that and people that have gone that are like that. Do you highly encourage them to say, like, hey, go out there and try to play on get on a Face It League team?
Yeah, absolutely. We get them involved in Face It League. Sometimes I direct them to teammates that I think would suit them as well. Go ask for this team for a trial. Yeah, absolutely. We want all of our players playing as much as possible, and I want to educate my players as much as possible and get them involved in structures that are positive for them and their growth, so they can lead better lives and better careers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think me and Hunter will say this, and we said it a lot when we've covered a lot of, like I said, South American and Latin American teams, and it's like there's names that we've never seen before, because me and him cover South American Face It that we've never seen before, and it's just like, wow, some of these players are doing incredibly well. Why have we never seen them? And granted, it's like, you know, some of them just don't play Face It League, but it's like, why? Just play it. Like, you need, if you want, especially for South America, it's like that region, there needs to be more teams in there, because this past season for Face It, there wasn't an open tier, there wasn't an expert tier, there was just a master tier of teams that were going to probably only be in the second tier, which is normally just been open. But there's only 3 masters teams. There's only 3 masters teams when the signups end. So it just became, okay, we're taking all the open teams, throwing them in the master. I want to see like a lot of these players that I've never seen before in these World Cup trials say, like, hey, form a team, go into
Oh,
this.
absolutely. Go
like,
for it.
Yeah, like
There's talent everywhere.
yeah, like you'd lose nothing by forming a team, and even if it's like halfway through the season, the team just blows up, because we've seen that a lot, especially in some of the lower divisions of Faces, where a team just kind of like disappears, they stop playing. But at least you tried, and you're getting your name out there, you're getting that experience, which is always good. But like, one interesting thing you're saying is, or that you said, is like you're actually giving feedback to the players, and I imagine like that's something that's pretty normal, not just something that you're doing yourself. But it's like, how are the players actually taking this feedback? Are they taking it positively? Are they taking it negative?
Interesting.
Are they taking it negatively? Are they fighting back, saying like, you just don't understand what we were trying to do there? Like, how are they taking this?
So we get a little bit of live feedback during the vlogs, but also one of the things we're assessing in our internal vlogs in particular was leadership. So we kind of left it. Who can take charge of the situation? Who can get the guys adapting? So we were assessing that, and that's something the players knew they were being assessed on. So that's why we left it in internals. Externals, occasionally we chipped in with a little bit of feedback for them. And then after, all the players, they filled out some surveys and questions about what they think their biggest strength is. And then after the trial process, if you've been eliminated, we give the players an option: do you want to have a call or do you want to have a text, right? Because some people will not handle that news well over a call, like they just won't, right? So we give them the option. And then after, they find out if they've made it to phase 3 or they haven't. Okay, do you want to set up a call for some feedback, etc. I just did a session with a player called Natnif, who also casts, fantastic gamer. And we went through the 30 pages of observations I've got on the trials, the player alignment score they got, and the 2 questions that they answered. And we went over and gave him 2 things to work on, and 2 things already that he's done amazingly throughout the trials to keep, right? Keep important in his play. And most of my stuff that I work on is focused on communication, structure, well-being, right? There's other gameplay things that we can give you, and I sent them off to whoever is going to coach our roster for that. But for that, I think that's a really good way to do things, and they got plenty of feedback throughout the process as well. We did 25 plus blocks. There's 30 pages of observations. They all rated their teammates. They all answered questions. They got experiences that, to be honest, other countries aren't providing.
Yeah, and like it's awesome to actually kind of hear this behind the scenes stuff, because again, when like you can only assume like how I would take it, it would be like how I would try out for basketball in high school. It's like the coach would say, okay, everyone did good. The players that made the team, you'll read it in the office. Like, I'll put the list there of who made the team, and that'll be it. Like, you can come ask me questions if you didn't make it after the fact, but it like how you're breaking it down or how you're doing it is a very interesting, I think a very good way as well, of just you're having a ranking system of every player. You're yourselves are providing good feedback as well. Like I said, you're probably not a lot of other teams out there who are actually trying to really grow.
One thing I wish we did is maybe we hired some volunteer coaches to come and do some sessions for when our head coach, who's going to coach the actual roster, couldn't make it, and that I could get more live gameplay feedback. Maybe that would have been positive. I think that's one thing that would change going into the next time if we did it, because some of the players were upset at the lack of gameplay feedback, which is completely reasonable.
Yeah, and Hunter, Mega, because you guys have played on teams in the past that have done, I'm gonna say, vary from good to bad, especially with, I'm gonna say, our team right now in CGL. And Mega, I think this is a good question for you as well, since you are a captain of a team. Like, when you're trying to help or give feedback to players, and Hunter, you can answer this as well. How do they normally take it? Because again, you're trying to get the best out of a player. Like, how do they normally take that?
So, Hunter, do you want to take this first? Because I feel like I could yap for a second.
Yeah, because I don't think my thing's gonna be entirely long. Because while I've like captain teams, while I've like managed a team or two in like that, I luckily didn't have to deal with it too much. The only things I had to do was like I was saying, the thing of, hey, did you make the team? Did you not make the team? Some people ask why, and it's like, all right, well, like me and the coach get together, because obviously we decide ahead of time, like, hey, this is the route we're going to go, and we kind of just hand it over. I've never had to sit in a call with somebody, so I think Mega has way more to yap about than I do in this situation. So my answer is just haven't had to deal with it much. And I don't think I'm the type of person that wants to have to deal with it. This is why I don't manage teams anymore.
I mean, hey, that's fair. It's something not for the faint of heart, for sure. Like, you definitely have to be willing to be called a few names in your time. But, like, honestly, it so depends on the team dynamic. I feel like when you're going into these situations, as well as the player dynamic, I think it's very important from either a management or like a captain perspective, whatever you want to, whatever level you're at. Um, get an actual feel for these people as people, right? They're not just playing Genji for you, right? This is a human being behind the keyboard. Do they strike you as the type of person who's gonna slam their fist, scream "What the hell"? Or, is it gonna be somebody who's very quiet, very reserved, somebody who might get like sad after, and generally speaking, when it comes to specifically to esports playing, at least what I've noticed is your gut's gonna be right 90% of the time as long as you can read people decently well. And so kind of adapting your feedback to each person is something I've found helps tremendously. Just because, again, it makes it overall easier, right? Sometimes you have to come and you have to be the hard ass that's like, hey, listen, you didn't make it, you did, or if you're giving like feedback, it's like, hey, you did this wrong, da 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 da. Like, for example, the times where I'm coaching a team, not necessarily just playing for or just captaining a team or something like that, I purposely tell anybody who takes me on as a coach, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Like, y'all are bringing me in because you want to win. I'm happy to help you do that. I'm going to tell you if you fucked up. Like, that's just going to be how I roll. So if people can't handle that, then too bad, so sad. Like, that's just how I am personally. And again, it's just being able to be flexible and be adaptable beyond that I feel can really help. Again, cushion that blow, because there are some people who are, unfortunately, they just like when they like lose out on an opportunity, they're like, oh, I didn't make it further in trials. Sometimes the question really is just why. You know what I mean? Like, what's something I can improve on? What's something I did? And those players I love the most, because then you can hand them feedback as long as you've actually properly prepared feedback and stuff like that. Like, for example, there's on my college team right now, I have two different players who immediately came to mind when this question was brought up, where one is very much like week in, week out, hey, here's a VOD of a game I played. Tell me what I did wrong, what I can improve on, right? Love this kid to death. Absolutely, he's killing, he's improving day by day. I can see it. Literally is like a gold player that is clearly like well beyond, and they just need to start playing more and they'll climb. Then I have another person who has the ego of fucking absolute no goddamn reason, who's sitting here like, oh, why aren't I getting playtime? I show up to the scrims, I show up to this, and I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking silver player that doesn't take any advice I hand you. I hand you notes and anything like that, and you don't learn anything, and you immediately repeat the same fucking mistakes over and over again. I'm not gonna waste my goddamn time if you don't want to learn. And again, the two very different responses. Like, the person who wants help and stuff like that, I purposely am like very kind. I'm like, hey, listen, here's some ideas. Here's what I think. Da 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 da. Very kind, very respectful. But that other person, they give me lip, so they get lit back. It's simple as that. Like, it's literally just the matter of they can't. You're sitting here shaking your head, Dex, but like.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, I'm
not
sort
shaking
of
my head
agreeing, but
disagreeing.
like,
I'm
also
just shaking
not.
my head saying, "Oh wow."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I could give a little bit of context. I
Mhm.
mean, I am not one of the stricter people, so I do yell at my big guys. I'm not going to pretend I don't. If you're late, especially, you're in trouble. We had trialist power first day, 20 minutes late. The first thing that came out of our mouth, we do a period after where people give their thoughts on the blog, and then I said, Power, after you're gonna have to speak to me in private. However, I'm gonna allow you to bring a friend because you are in trouble, right? In front of the group. She's like, okay, I'm bringing Pure Irish, right? First thing she says to me, getting the voice call, well, it's Pure's fault I was late. He didn't ring me. I'm like, so she got proper yelled at. And the next time she was about to be late, she 5 minutes before the box, she's like, okay, I might be 1 or 2 minutes late. She wasn't in the end. She's like, please don't beat me if I might. I'm like, no, I don't do that. But I do yell at the gamers, make sure that they know what to do. But it's with the intent of educating. And I've definitely yelled at Duncan a couple of times. Once because he broke our rice cooker and destroyed our sink, and two, because he was being a donkey. So yeah, he slept 14 hours, didn't perform well the next day. I said, like, you're oversleeping. I need you to get locked in on your schedule. And he's like, no, I didn't oversleep. I'm like, What you put in your fucking form? It says you slept 14 hours, and I'm here in the facility with you. I can see. You don't got out of your bed. Like, I know it's you slept 14 hours. And I know that you died more because of it. I've got the stats.
Fuck do you sleep 14?
I have no idea. Duncan was a case. I love Duncan though, so it's not anything negative. And he locked into it when it mattered, in fairness.
Like 14 is just like
14's insane.
it's almost like once you get to 10, I think once you get to past 12 hours of being asleep, you're almost like, do we have to like call someone? Because this isn't good or healthy. But here, before we get to the questions we normally have to wrap up here, I do have one more thing for you. Going from being a caster, someone who was primarily known to being for being a caster, to being a manager, what was that like? What was the term? What was the thing that said like, I want to be more helping these teams be built or running these teams? Like, what was the thing that really got you?
I think the first thing. Well, I think the first thing was I was getting pissed off with people undercutting in the casting industry. I'll be honest, that was pissing me off a lot. I mean, people around me will tell you that I'll complain about that every hour maybe, at least. I did talent agency work, but I did work in Contenders Korea while I was commentating. Right, I did do that, and we had some top talents come through our team. Peppy, Pride, Top Dragon, technically spent for a week before it went off to Poker Face, and our Incendia Evolution became Poker Face. In Pacific, Yoshinori 2K, and the first Incendia, we had Tread, a couple of players, fantastic players all across the board. The first thing is I'm better at team management. I think confidently, I'm very confident on this. I think I'm one of the better team managers in the West, at least top 3, top 4. And I think a lot of people who are in this industry will tell you that as well. Very strict though, doesn't work with every team. But I also can do the growth plans and do the content strategy and stuff like that. I understand that a lot. I know I have a lot of partnership experience in talent management. But to be honest, I loved it more. I loved the connection. When I was commentating, I was doing the narrative work. Narrative work was my favorite. What's the story of this player? How have they grown? Why did they like this hero? That I loved narrative. What's the narrative of the match? What's the narrative of this map? We're looking at Zarya matchup. Who are these people? What are they doing? Why is this impactful? I love stories and questions like that. And being part of a team, I get to be a part of that story. I prefer that a lot more.
I mean, it's interesting though. Like again, I think you did the right thing, especially like how we talked about a lot for a while. Like casting is, man, you don't make money. You don't.
No, unlucky.
It's hard, but like going a little bit more in depth with it. How was what was the first thing where it was like, you said like the reason why you went over to it was there was a little bit better opportunity to make money. Who was the one that gave you that like first chance to say like, hey, come in and like help run the team?
Self-made it. There was a team in Contenders Korea that needed a bit of financial support and I needed direction, right? Not Contenders Korea, basically, I guess what Korean Open Division was. There was a team that needed a little bit more direction and a little bit more help. I said, all right, I went and found the money to fund the project, right? There was a local entertainment company here in Ireland who low-key just needed a tax write-off. I'll be so for real. There's no reason for them to give us that money. That is completely honest. That is what happened, right? So we went with the project. We funded it. We gave a little bit of advice to their staff and a little bit of advice to each player individually. That was super simple. And then I came every other day because it was Korean time. Give a little bit of advice because these were very young players, for young impressionable players. They needed that bit of advice. And they were fantastic. We beat Team CC at the time, we beat Gen G first and knocked them out of Contenders. That's what the leftover watch outside of Seoul Dynasty. We beat them, and that roster was Top Dragon. I'm gonna have to go and get it because it had
names.
It had a Top Dragon opener, Lee Soo-min, definitely. Top Dragon opener, Lee Soo-min. It was. I've got it here, actually. I find it. Top Dragon opener, Lee Soo-min, Jasmine, and Varapik and Dogs. It was an insane 6v6 roster versus my boys, and we beat them. And then we beat Team CC, who were the current Gauntlet champions. And then the next year, we ran it really close against T1 and Talent. So I just kind of self-made that opportunity by finding that funding and knowing how to develop the guys, and I've just kind of kept the same principle since. Structure is the way to go. I'm best at player development. I learned stuff about player well-being from some fantastic sports psychologies guys at Mastering the Mind. One in actual football, not soccer. Let's not call it that. Has won many strong trophies in football. Like these got reputable guys, not just in esports, but in the biggest sport in the world. They're really reputable. So I took the well-being advice they give, the structure that I bring, and the development traits that I can bring to players. That comes into every single one of my teams. And then also from being a talent agent, I'm able to do the partnership side, do the growth side. And in terms of like helping content creators, the two people I maybe give the most advice occasionally would be like OC and Bullskunk, So I think they're doing quite well for themselves. And I think it maybe says quite a lot for me that they ask my opinion sometimes.
Yeah, no, like Bullskunk is someone who has worked with a lot of different teams, especially in the T2. Seen Extinction's been I think the biggest one for this last season. He even talked about it in one of his I think his stream last night, where the Extinction stuff all came off his stream, and he even said like, yeah, contract ended with them, would still love to work with them in the future if like they ask again. We know there was a brief moment where he was with I'm not going to talk about the org because the person who ran the org was a bad person.
Yeah, obviously great we got them out of the scene. Shame, like if it happened like 48 hours later, I was getting money for a consultancy, so I would have quite enjoyed that cash, I'm not gonna lie, but glad we got that little bum out of the scene.
Yeah, like
maybe we get him off the planet as well, that'd be alright.
Oh God, that's a completely that's a completely different step. But I'm not disagreeing with you. I will say this: we had Bullskunk on the podcast that week where he got announced that he was being on with that org, and it was like me and Hunter dealt with the org in South America in a very questionable thing. They ended up winning that season, which was the EWC season, and we just did not like how they got the team, how they built the team. That they won was a completely different thing. It's like you gotta give the players the credit because they just took advantage. Like they were there, but it's like everyone in South America that we kind of know was like, hey, we're not touching this. We're gonna like they filed something with ESL saying like, hey, they should not have been in this. They should not be going to EWC. They should not be in the playoffs. And like ESL's just like, what do you mean they're in? Like that. But no, Bullskunk's worked with a ton of T2 orgs and orgs that could go into OWCS one at some point, and that's awesome. And I think that's something me and Hunter are gonna, I think, try to maybe do this next season. Maybe try to see if we can work with some orgs, if not even just grow content a little bit more, because it's fun and the scene needs more content from it, especially in T2, T3, which is, I guess you want to say Masters T2, Experts T3, Opens T4, but there's blurred lines there with it.
Yep.
But I would love to talk about the sports psychology stuff a little bit more.
Let's go for it. Let's talk a little bit.
We'll keep it short because I do want to try to keep this under 2 hours. And I know Hunter and Mega have a question. They've
got questions each. Oh, I'm so excited. This is exciting. Oh.
It at this point, like their questions, they're recurring bits for the podcast. But the sports psychology thing is a very interesting thing because I feel like it's something that no one really takes a lot into, or no one really thinks about that often. But especially at a professional level, you have to have that kind of mentality. You have to have that know-it-all with it.
Yeah.
Like, and you've talked about a lot with making sure the players are having proper sleep, proper diet, proper like exercise, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like you just said with before, like you're learning from people who have won major trophies in football. I will say football.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Thank you. Good save.
Like, buddy, the MLS is a fucking joke. I'll just say that.
I would say a lot of your major sports leagues are jokes. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's honestly a fair assumption of a lot of our sports leagues. But no, like the sports psychology, especially in esports, I feel like it's something that is now just starting to really get picked up a lot by teams and orgs. Would you like talk about just a little bit again, a year experience with really implementing it in?
So for me, you need to be trained and you need to have the knowledge. If you don't have the training and the knowledge, you should not be touching these sort of topics. Don't talk about sleep. Don't talk about that. If you are not trained or have the proper interactions, people do not touch it. It's very dangerous. Don't do it. That's the first thing I'd say. Second of all, your psychology, your sleep. As much as these players want to say it does not matter, and I clip this up, get a short of this, right? If you're an esports player and you want to pretend your sleep quality, your diet, your caffeine intake, and whatever doesn't matter, you're an idiot, right? You are dumb. I am sorry. You gotta hang it up, little bud. And if you're gonna say you got to tier 1 not doing it, guess what? You can go higher. I tell you that what for a fact, because your quality of life is better, the better Overwatch you're gonna play. That's the truth. And if you look at some of these top esports orgs, right, and who are performing across lots of different titles, you got the Dark Zero, who just recently took over NRG. They have an amazing sports psychology program that they just brought in. I believe, what's the guy's name? I think it's Matt Fisher, something like that. Brilliant. His system's fantastic. SSG, I think it's the CEO, their name's Tucky Tucci, as part of a sports psychology consultancy for players that's really good as well. And those are the organizations that are going to be developing in esports across. Their teams always consistently perform well, and you see it all the time. So just accept the fact that your sleep quality matters and look after yourself, because your life will be better. You'll be happier. You'll play better. Routine is good. It's there's how many studies is there that routine is good for you? Billions, right?
Several.
Billions, right? So just do it. The top esports orgs, the reason they have these systems in place, it's because they're good. They've been good for a long time. Just because we're underfunded in Overwatch esports and we can't afford them all the time doesn't mean it shouldn't be there. So it's important. So yeah, there you go. It's really important. And the guys I've worked, the sports psych guys, they're not going to waste your time. They're doing a 30-minute an hour session. Some of them even have psychiatric qualifications that can help there. So definitely give it a shot.
Yeah. And again, I think right now, as like, it's becoming a much bigger thing. It is becoming a much bigger thing. Like in college, like I took a class on esports, and it was more esports management. And granted, even now, even back then, and definitely now, I will say that was probably a wasted class, because it was all just sports management, but they just decided to say, okay, hey, we're gonna change basketball to NBA 2K. It's like, okay. Like they talked about it, how that was a very important thing in that. It's like, it's growing. It's going to be very fun to see where it goes, especially, and like you said, there's orgs already really buying into it, or really starting to invest into, like, hey, we're going to be doing this. Our players are going to have to do this as well. It's going to be better in the end for everyone.
I think there is a case of don't have it take too much of the players' time. They're some of them are kids, They don't want to have to do a 2-hour session each week. But one session a month, or getting the team to understand some values, and then some individual sessions, that's not too much time for a player, right? They want to play the game, right? Don't take away from their motivation. There's a case of using it properly, absolutely. But, it's very useful when done effectively, and probably could be the difference between a tier 2 team and a tier 1 team, or a team winning a championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you there. But Hunter, Mega, before we get into the normal questions, you guys have any questions for Ocean?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't bring this up a whole lot, because for me this is like a more serious question that I like to bring up once in a while. For specific situations. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh God, is this?
Oh my God,
or
I ask this every ranked game when I'm trying to get like a duel or something. I ask this, right? And I've got a very serious opinion on the topic. This is so important to me. I ask this every ranked game, Valorant, Overwatch, everything, right? It's really important. The answer is vanilla. However, the acceptable answers are anything vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate based. Anything Neapolitan flavors. Anything that's like a base flavor of ice cream, because we perfected ice cream, I don't know, in the Stone Ages, right? What is all this fancy shit? What is mint chalk? What is all this? What is all this? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry base. You know what? If you want to put a cookie in there, that's fine. I don't care. As long as it's those three as a base, I do not care. It's fantastic, but don't mess with ice cream.
God. We are very serious about
One-
ice cream on this.
Yeah,
podcast.
sorry,
One of
that's a passionate one for me.
One of
Where
the more
if
heated
someone's
answers.
directed you on that, that's good.
One of the more heated answers to that question we've ever had.
Yeah.
Zay.
No, it's very important. The answer's vanilla, though, for me. I just love simple vanilla.
I think me and Meg are in the boat of chocolate chip cookie dough.
But is that with the vanilla base?
Yeah,
of ice cream?
vanilla.
So
Of
vanilla
course,
ice
of
cream
course,
with
of course.
chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Just don't get too fancy with it, you know?
Yeah,
There better not be a sauce on there as well. Just the ice
No.
cream and the cookie.
No, like
No,
Right,
no.
okay. That's good. That's good. That's all right. I'll accept that.
there's an ice cream shop by me that actually like makes the ice cream. Zay, what the hell? That like makes the ice cream in front of you, and they give like, okay, here's these 20 flavors of just bases, and one of them was oob. You want to know what oob is?
What?
Is a purple baked potato.
What? That's not ice cream
That's
anymore. That's just
That's not ice cream.
It's not.
Potato.
that is,
Yeah, like that's the thing.
it's
Like
potatoes.
an ex I had got that as like, oh, I just want to try it. It was the worst tasting ice cream she ever has. Like, why'd you get it?
I'm also against sprinkles on ice cream. A flake or a
s-
bit of cookie. That's it. Sprinkles is not okay.
I can deal with sprinkles.
Oh, whoa,
Sprin-
whoa.
Yeah, like
whoa,
if
hold
I'm getting
on.
a normal like ice cream cone, like just plain vanilla, throw some sprinkles on it. That's it.
No.
Give me-
And
yeah, I
I
was
can
gonna
be
say,
Yeah,
give me a-
it's that.
Give me some rainbow sprinkles. What are we hating on sprinkles now? Hold on a second.
No. The
Apparently-
only
apparently
exception
we
is
are.
you can have like rainbow sprinkles for Pride, and that's it.
No.
I mean-
Respectfully, fuck Pride. I just want rainbow sprinkles on the daily.
No,
Fair enough.
let me kind of quote Mega here. This rainbow sprinkles just make me feel like whimsical, like I'm a child again. Okay,
No. Just
I was
nonsense.
saying, there's joy and whimsy in the rainbow sprinkle.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's just not acceptable, really.
Me as a 28-year-old man going up to the ice cream shop saying, "I like some extra sprinkles, please."
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
No. Even if there's a 6-year-old ordering sprinkles, I'm thinking, what are you doing, and who is parenting you?
They're fucking sex.
I don't
grow
need the
up.
like 18-year-old part-timer giving me the stink
Grow
eye as I ask for extra sprinkles.
No, I can't even stand children ordering sprinkles. I want to kick the cone out of their hands. Like nonsense.
Just
Oh.
you see a fucking 5-year-old holding
This has
like,
happened before.
holding up a waffle cone with like 5 scoops up. It's the best day of their life, but it's covered in rainbow sprinkles. You just want to fucking kick that
I would
cone out
hate
of
it.
here.
Like, I'm not okay with that. Look,
Ruin
just
it.
not like it's just nonsense, really.
No,
Like
you're saving the kid at that point. You're
Yeah,
saving
fuck it.
Yeah.
They're 5. Who cares? Like, let the kid have some fun. Like before the
Yeah, if
the
you want to
cold
have
reality.
fun, eat the ice cream like
Okay.
a normal human.
Y'all keep talking about like a kid. Like, respectfully, in the wise words of Michael Jordan, fuck them kids. Fucking, we need to, like, I'm talking about rainbow sprinkles for me. Like, listen, rainbows, you ever have fairy bread?
Look, it's fairy bread. Like
It's an Australian delicacy,
Yeah.
right?
Fair,
Where
fairy bread.
you take butter and bread and you put sprinkles on it. And that's the whole thing. It's a sweet little treat.
oh my god, what is this
But
nonsense?
to be fair, you can get better results if you just make some French toast. The same result, just put
No.
cinnamon on instead, call it a day.
That's a different thing entirely.
But it's a better
N-
thing.
Doug, when you're fucking 5 years old, do you think you understand the concept of cinnamon yet? Absolutely not.
Yes. Did you?
No.
I grew up in a home where there was cooking.
No.
There was no fast food. There was
Okay,
cooking
yes.
was-
Were you cooking the French toast at 5 years old? I don't think so.
At like 10, yeah.
Yeah, at 10, we're talking about a 5-year-old here.
We're
Look,
gonna go-
sprinkles.
We're-
I think
I'm actually
you're
just
talking
against
about the
sprinkles. I'll be
5-year-old
honest.
Mega.
All right.
Sprinkles could
so-
go on birthday cake, and that's it. Like,
How do you
that's
feel
it.
about whipped cream?
Only on birthday cake.
How do you feel about whipped cream?
You're not putting sprinkles on cupcakes as well, are you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
You
This
put it
is
on the
nonsense.
icing on
That's
top.
fine. That's really
No, you just
regular.
have the icing.
Here, do you have?
No, what?
Have you ever had like the store like sugar cookies where it's like a thick thing
Oh
of
my
icing,
God.
but they also have
Loft
sprinkles
House
on it?
Yes.
cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a whore
Beautiful.
for those cookies. Oh god, it's all over the screen.
I suppose it's all over the cookie as well with the color of the icing too. No,
Of course. They're so
Uh,
good.
it
Oh my
just says
god.
double layered
Hey,
at that point.
Hunter, can you go add I'm a whore for those cookies into the goddamn quotes channel?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Honestly,
That's a
I
good
gave you like 3 quotes there. To be fair.
We need to use
There
more
was like
often,
5
really.
back to back.
Yeah. It's just more of a thing of someone actually typing it in. Oh, dear God. I can't believe we got this much out of the ice cream question. Normally we don't.
I like this. Listen, can we all just agree that ice cream sandwiches are great? Can we end on a high?
Yeah,
We're
I
talking
agree,
just-
but they are hard to execute on. They are
True, but like
it is
a
hard to make
Neapolitan
a good
one
ice cream
works
sandwich.
really good.
Oh,
Yes.
Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. Okay, but wait, do we fuck with ice
Okay.
cream sandwiches where they replace the sandwich parts with cookies?
Again,
I
it's
could go
hard to
with that.
execute on. It's possible because
I could go with
cookie is an
that.
okay icing ice cream topping. You can put a cookie in a vanilla ice cream and it's fine. It works.
But you can't put a fucking sprinkle in.
This is-
bullshit.
No, you can't.
Th-
No,
I
it's
have-
shite. It doesn't do anything. It's a crunch. It's ice cream. It's meant to be soft. Like what?
I'm gonna ask a question here. It's gonna be, I think, inherently American, probably inherently Southern. You guys ever had a deep fried ice cream cookie?
God no.
Once.
Is that?
I don't hate my arteries that much, Dex.
So-
I do.
Deep fried ice cream
Right.
cookies, whipped cream on top, throw some sprinkles on it. It's fucking awesome.
There's
Yeah,
a reason
but
why
we don't
are
all
very
go to the-
obese in the America.
This is why we don't go to the North Carolina State Fair, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't that just like a shite donut?
That's a better donut.
No, I don't think so. Donuts are good too. Though.
Donuts are good, yeah. Donuts are good, but this
Yeah.
has ice
What-
cream.
What
in
about
it.
what about sprinkles on
Okay.
donuts? Huh? What about that? Huh?
Yeah, what about sprinkles
Okay.
on donuts?
Okay.
That's
Listen,
co-
no,
that's
no. Donuts with sprinkles, you're doing too much. Sprinkles don't belong
Agree.
on donuts.
But sprinkles don't belong. You just have like the fanciest will go with a bit of filling in the middle.
Also, okay, listen, I'm about to drop a truth nuke on donuts, but we're here. Krispy Kreme sucks. I'll say it.
Yeah, no.
I'll say it. Krispy Kreme sucks. The extra glaze, awful. Get me a box of Entenmann's donuts with the plain, the powdered sugar, and the cinnamon. Oh my!
I will actually agree. Krispy Kreme's like traditional flavors are disgusting, right?
They're all
Some of their
disgusting.
flavors are okay. Like they can do an occasional good donut, but not. It's not very often.
That's great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to tune in next week for our new podcast, For the Love of Dessert. It's going to be a classic.
Hunter,
Yeah,
I would
what-
do so great on a food podcast.
Oh dear God. Okay, that's other content we could do later. Hunter, let me ask you this because you're Polish. You had your punchki this year on Fat Tuesday?
I didn't know. I gotta be honest. I didn't.
We're just making up words now. I don't even know what the fuck you just
No.
said.
Ocean, do you know what punchkis are?
What the fuckle is that?
Okay, so
Yeah, see, they're making up words.
Hunter, I mean no, Mega,
No.
you've probably seen punchkis before when you go to like
You
Harris
have.
Teeter or
Definitely
Kroger.
Yeah, let me pull the, photo.
They are just essentially a Polish
I've
version
googled
of
it. They're
of
deep
a
fried donuts.
yeah, they're a
Yeah.
Polish version of a jelly filled
They're ju-
donut, and you can get one that's
Yeah,
filled with
Mega,
custard.
I'll just send it to you.
Like,
I'm not a fan. Looking
but
at
they
that.
they
It's-
sell them in like a box that's designed like the Polish flag. That's it. Like that's what I've known my entire life.
That's what
They're
they are.
very
They
good
They look
donuts.
okay. They look okay. They look like the. They look a bit
It's-
much,
that's
but
why you can
I'll
have a lot.
accept it.
They're
It's
good.
like you have
want a
one,
jelly? No.
me too.
Fuck jelly-filled donuts.
What?
I feel like-
Okay, Mega, listen, that's crossing the line.
God damn, I forget.
I
how
don't
you
really like
spell
jelly
it.
filled donuts either, but like it's the concept of the donut is fine. It's just it's the donut with a little bit of filling. That's all right. We're not going past any boundaries here. It's just not my taste.
No, it's like, okay, yeah. If it's like a taste thing, like, yeah, totally. Like,
Yeah.
I
Like-
just don't.
It's
Listen. I'm
acceptable.
gonna be real. The only place jelly works for me is in like PB&J. Otherwise, I hate jelly as a concept.
This is what I'm talking about. This is a box that I like.
yeah, let's go.
Coming up to Fat Tuesday in
Fat Tuesday treat.
coming up to Fat
These
Tuesday
just
in
look
America.
like donuts to me, you know.
Yeah, no, it is just a donut. It is a donut. It's just it's a cream or jelly filled donut that's covered in powdered sugar. That's it. But it's just
Yeah.
as someone who's Polish, this is like a big treat for me. And they only sell them in this box, which I see every year, like 2 weeks before Fat Tuesday or a week before Fat Tuesday.
It's Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday is
Definitely.
the thing that signifies the last day before Lent starts.
Oh, we have Pancake Tuesday. We eat pancakes.
Yeah, no,
salad. There
Right,
you go.
got it.
pancakes fucking awesome, as well. Okay,
Waffles are better.
Yeah.
waffles are better.
Fair, valid.
Pancakes, waffles, fuck. I'll eat either one. Who cares?
Both are good, both are
let
good.
me ask this.
Yeah.
do you guys throw sprinkles on your waffles?
Fuck that.
God, no.
Good lord, man.
No, we do not.
Plain
do
waffle,
that.
butter, and syrup. Listen,
How
you
about-
put
Yeah.
if you put fruit on
Hey.
your waffles, you're doing too much.
Listen,
How about
listen.
funfetti? Have you guys had funfetti fucking pancakes?
Actually,
God,
okay.
no.
Yeah, yes, but no. Get those out of there. Listen, I'm
Fruit
telling
can
you,
go on
this,
pancakes,
my
but not
ain't-
waffles.
my secret technique,
Okay, I'll
and
agree with you
I
there.
promise you, on a waffle, this works great. When you do that syrup, heat that syrup up, add a little bit of cream cheese. I swear to God, it is
What?
the most delicious thing. I
No,
swear.
fuck it.
It
I'm keeping
works.
cream
Get this
cheese
guy
away.
get this guy off the
Yeah.
stove.
No, no, you can't do this to me. Listen.
Hunter, I will mute you.
It takes time. But it works.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually here's the thing. We actually need to get to
Yeah,
the last couple questions.
Yeah,
Hunter,
you're right.
Get to your
we've
other
talked
normal
about
question, or
chocolate
do you
and dessert than actual esports? I love it here.
do you want me to just
All right.
move on to Mega's question, or do you still
No,
want?
I think this is gonna be a
No,
very
Hunter's
quick
question's
question.
more important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
this
next
one's gonna be
question?
very quick. Ocean, if that is your real name, that is.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, we know it's not. But we all have some kind of gamer tag or alias that we tend to use on the internet for whatever
Oh,
reason
God.
it might be. Obviously,
gonna be
no judgment
personal.
whatsoever. But I think you already know why did you decide to name yourself Ocean?
Ocean is this is gonna be quite sad. So obviously I left school quite early. There was an incident with a teacher who assaulted myself that led to a suicide attempt. However, I was dragged out of the ocean. There you go. There's the light thing, and I find the oceans quite peaceful. So there's your logic. So I've stuck with it since. Quite meaningful name. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, I told him because he Ocean, while you were gone at the start of the podcast,
Yeah.
you got up, Hunter. He said, "Oh, I noticed that Hunter's name is not Huntertain."
Yeah, I just said
I've
that.
been called Huntertain multiple times on broadcast.
I actually just thought it was that.
What?
I just always thought it was that. I've always read it as that.
It's not the worst name it's been called, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's where we're leaving that topic at.
All right, Mega, your turn.
What the fuck you mean my turn? You fucking am I the only one that's aghast right now? Oh my god, I'm so
I don't know.
sorry.
No,
I just don't know how to respond.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
just me as a
fair
Doug,
enough.
y'all push, listen, we can keep it pushing, I get it, but god, I was, my jaw was open,
Yeah, no.
I know my model's frozen, but you would just see my mouth fucking open.
yeah, no,
'Cause-
trust me.
God
I'm right there
damn.
with you.
That's the lore behind the name. It means a lot.
All right, well, hopefully something a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, got it.
As you said, you've been doing stuff in esports for a while, and yeah, thank you.
Oh my god, this is brilliant.
Yeah, wonderful graphic we have here. So I want you to think back through all of the time you've done stuff in esports, and as I always say, the pettier the better. But what is one thing that has really grinded your gears?
I've got two. Okay.
Go for it.
First one, things not being in lobby order. Lobby order is I don't understand. DPS tank support, put them in order. Put the mid support on the left, flex support on the right. Just lobby order. The amount of broadcasts I've seen completely ruined by not being in lobby order, and also FACE needs to introduce a system where I've got my players in order as well, because it makes it impossible to follow the game. How is someone watching a FACE match going to understand what's going on? And also the kill feed, the spectator bug at the moment, where if you're spectating a team and it's fucked. Those two things are grinding my gears. And the thing is, players breaking shit in the facility, right? Like actual idiots, right? You're adults. How the hell has my sink been destroyed? 2 toasty machines have been broken, and we've lost a rice cooker's been kicked. How has that happened, right? I'm kidding. It was actually all right. That was okay. But yeah, the sink one did bother me actually because I had to deal with it. But yeah, there you go. Those are the two things.
How'd they break the sink?
The sink, Donghun did whatever. He just tried to drain like an entire thing of pasta in the sink, and I don't know what was going on there.
Okay, how about the toasters? Just standard wear
The
and
toasting
tear?
machines, the toasting machines.
Yeah.
The first one was wear and tear, and I think the other one got crushed. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I went. It was honest. It was broken on a Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, the people didn't really come into work, right? They were minority people because the office, the kitchen and the office facility are the same, right? And everyone came into work and was like, "Why is the toasty machine broken?" I'm like, "What are you?" It was like crushed. It was like, I'm not sure what happened there. To be honest, I still can't figure out what happened the second time. The rice cooker, Duncan was dancing in the kitchen after I kicked it. You know, there's no other. Yeah.
Why was the rice cooker on the ground?
It was on a table or a chair. I kicked it onto the ground. And like we were all there and we all laughed at him. Like, what did the rice cooker do to you, bro? Then we realized it was broken. But I'll tell you what. The best moment from a one-man army was me getting to the boys next 2 days later. So one day I told the guys we kind of want a new rice cooker because rice cooker's been like the best thing that we've had in this facility. I said to the boys, guys, I talked to the CEO. He's the rice cooker guys. We need to talk about it. I fucking got a new one, and then it's like a new rice cooker. Oh my god, best moment of my life. I'm not gonna lie, revealing that.
There are several people out there who swear by rice cookers.
I swear by them. I want one in my house. We had air fryer rice cooker. It made things so much better.
Yeah, I always have a basic one sitting around.
Yeah.
You have a rice cooker?
Doug, I have an air fryer and a mini fridge in my dorm. That's it.
I got a mini
It's not even a
fridge,
big
yeah,
air fryer. It's a fucking tool.
But there's just a fridge right there.
Wait.
Yeah?
Wait.
There's
Mini
a fridge right there.
He has a fucking. You have a fridge
Yeah.
at your setup?
Yeah, I've got a mini fridge.
Show us what's in the fridge.
There's just a
Are there
Starbucks
frozen waffles
iced
in there?
A Starbucks iced coffee drink that's almost finished, and that's it right now.
That's fair.
And
Valid.
and a Domino's garlic dip from ages ago. That's
For
it.
safekeeping.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept it, to be honest. I think it's out of date, but they can live there.
For some reason, my dad, like 2 months ago, was very much into, hey, we're gonna order Papa John's just for the fucking garlic dip. I was like,
The dip?
why? Yeah, like you could
Because we got to get the dip, but you can buy it.
Yeah, you can just walk in and buy the garlic dip. There's other better pizza places near us. Like, why Papa John's?
Do you gamers do Easter eggs in the US?
Do what?
Did you gamers see the Easter eggs? Like the egg, chocolate eggs at Easter?
the Cadbury eggs?
Cadbury, yeah.
Those are illegal
Okay.
in the United States.
No,
What?
the
Kinder
the
eggs.
Kinder ones are. The
Yeah.
Cadbury are
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the Domino's over here released a chocolate egg with
Oh
the
god.
dip. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can I just say,
Oof.
as a former Papa John's employee, the weirdest order ever received that I still remember to this day. It was one of the Papa John's chocolate chip cookies and 3 garlic butters, and that was it.
I think we know what was happening there.
I don't know if I want to know what was happening there.
Can you assume?
I think
You know what
I think
happens when you
we've
assume? You make an ass out of you and me.
Indeed.
I mean, you could be making an ass out of the other person as well, who the person who ordered that.
True. I think that's the purpose of mentioning it on the podcast.
Speaking of, now that this podcast is 25% about food, can we just end it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By that I mean I have places to be, so wrap it the fuck up.
Yeah, got it.
No, yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Ocean, again, thank you so much for coming, especially on such short notice, man. Again, thank you.
Did we hit 2 hours?
Probably by the time I finish this, yeah, we're at.
What if I keep calling you so that I get the longest episode? Is that?
No, that's about another 10 minutes.
Oh, no, not quite. Oh, unfortunate.
We'll probably hit 2 hours. By the time I wrap this up, yeah, we'll probably be at 2 hours.
That's
considering
alright.
We're about to tick over into 1 hour and 59 right now. Yeah,
Alright,
but-
got it.
Ocean, again, on such short notice, thank you so much for doing this. This was a really, really fun
problem.
episode. I didn't expect us to get so heated about sprinkles, but that was a fun thing. Also,
Yeah.
bucket seats. That's
I forgot that was part of the episode, to be honest. I thought we were just yapping, to be honest. So I've just said a bunch of shit about pissing for no reason.
The first
So
10
I'm
minutes of
hoping-
this episode is going to be about pissing and shitting into a bucket. Just think about that.
Oh,
That's
right. That's
crazy.
interesting. You know what? I'm like a really strict and formal person, so I'm hoping that people watch the rest of the content after, to actually know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
But no, that will do it for us here on this episode. Again, person, thank you. Fuck. Again.
Person-
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Cheers.
Just.
He's cooked.
I'm
He's
gonna
cooked.
redo this here. Gotta redo this.
Yeah, try again.
Yep, try again. I'm an idiot. Everyone knows this at this point. Ocean, again, thank you so much for joining us,
No
man. It was
problem.
awesome to have you on. Mega, Hunter, thank you as always for joining, for being on the episode. And thank you everyone who watched or listened to this episode. Make sure you subscribe or follow us on Spotify. Make sure you tune in next week where, actually, we know who we have next week. I'm not going to tell you, though. You'll figure it out.
I kind of wanted to know.
I'll tell
Wait,
you
we
after.
know?
Yeah, Hunter got someone.
Oh,
Hunter
Okay,
got
exciting.
someone. Hunter got someone. But
I
we've
didn't
crossed
know.
over the 2-hour mark. Again, Ocean, thank you so much for joining us this week. And make sure
problem.
everyone, you have a good week. And we will
No
see
problem.
you next week for another great episode of For the Love of Prod.